Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
My name is Rebecca. For years, my life revolved around dialysis. 3 times a week, hours hooked up to a machine, my body slowly failing. I was 28, but I felt ancient, drained. My boyfriend, Rory, was a saint. He stuck by me, drove me to appointments, never complained. He was the one who celebrated hardest when the call finally came. "Rebecca, we have a match, a kidney. Get to St. Jude's immediately." The surgery was a blur. Waking up, the initial relief was immense. No more machines, no more constant fatigue, but then a subtle shift. It wasn't just the pain from the incision on my side, a deep, persistent ache where the new organ lay nestled. It was something else. A phantom limb sensation, but for an internal organ. My kidney felt active, alive, almost like it had a pulse of its own, separate from my heart. The first nightmares began a few nights later. Not the usual post-op anxiety dreams. These were vivid, disorienting. Dark, grimy alleyways, the metallic tang of blood in the air, the guttural sound of a man's angry voice, always just out of focus, just beyond my understanding. I'd wake up in a cold sweat, clutching my side, convinced I could still smell stale beer and cheap cigarettes. Dr. Lambert, a kind but brisk woman, assured me it was common. "Your body's adjusting, Rebecca. It's a major trauma. Your brain processes stress in strange ways." Rory tried to comfort me, but his eyes held a growing worry. The dreams didn't stop. They intensified. I saw fragments, a flash of a tattooed arm, a heavy silver ring, the jarring impact of a head hitting concrete. These weren't my memories, but they felt so real, so implanted. Then came the cravings. I, Rebecca, who lived on salads and herbal tea, found myself craving greasy burgers, strong, black coffee, and a strange, almost violent hunger for spicy, acidic foods. I snapped at Rory over trivial things, a misplaced remote, a comment about my increased appetite. My temper, usually as mild as my diet, flared up unexpectedly, leaving me feeling guilty and confused. One evening, Rory and I were watching a documentary about local history. They showed an old, run-down bridge over the Red Creek. A sudden, searing pain erupted in my lower right side. I gasped, doubling over. Rory panicked, asking if I needed to go to the ER, but it faded as quickly as it came, leaving me shaken. Later, I couldn't shake the image of that bridge. It felt significant. Against Dr. Lambert's advice, she warned against Googling yourself into anxiety. I started researching my donor. The hospital's ethics policy meant they couldn't give me personal details, but I knew the general circumstances. Male, late 20s, sudden death. I searched local obituaries, crime reports, anything that fit. It took weeks, but I found him. Vince Maxwell, died 3 months prior, ruled an accidental fall from the Red Creek Bridge. My blood ran cold. Vince Maxwell. The name echoed in my mind, a low thrumming sensation in my side. Vince. The tattoo, the ring, the angry voice, they started to coalesce into a face, a personality that was definitely not mine. The dreams became fully formed narratives. I was Vince. I was in a seedy bar arguing with someone I couldn't quite see. I felt the surge of adrenaline, the desire to hit, to hurt. I woke up with my fists clenched, my jaw aching. The voice wasn't just in dreams anymore. It started in my waking hours, a whisper at the edge of my hearing, usually when I was alone or stressed. "They took what was mine. Get them back." He deserved it. Rory grew distant. He saw the change in me. The dark circles under my eyes, the way I'd zone out, the flicker of something cold and unfamiliar in my gaze. He tried to talk to me to get me to see a therapist, but the voice in my head, Vince's voice, would sneer. "He's weak. He doesn't understand." I pushed Rory away, yelled at him for being concerned. He finally left, heartbroken, telling me I wasn't Rebecca anymore. Alone in my apartment, the isolation was crushing, but also strangely liberating to the presence inside me. It reveled in it. The whispers became louder, almost audible. I saw things, a flash of a knife, a bruised hand, the familiar Red Creek Bridge in the dead of night. It wasn't an accident. Vince had been pushed, murdered, and his kidney inside me remembered. It wanted justice. It wanted vengeance. I stood in front of the mirror, my reflection staring back with eyes that felt too old, too hard for me. My hand, without conscious command, reached for a kitchen knife. "He's still out there," Vince's voice grated, clear as day in my mind. "You know where to find him, finish it." My body trembled, torn between my will and this invasive force. I felt a burning, searing pain in my side, like my new kidney was twisting, contracting, forcing my limbs to move. My fingers wrapped around the cold handle of the knife. I could see the face of the man who pushed Vince now, a vague, cruel sneer in my mind's eye. I was going to find him. I had to find him. My own screams were trapped in my throat as I fought against the urge to raise the knife, to plunge it into my own flesh, anything to stop the malevolent presence from controlling me. I staggered back, dropping the knife, collapsing to the floor. The pain in my side was excruciating, a hot coal embedded deep within me. I curled into a ball, shaking, sobbing, trying to mentally push against the tide of anger and violence that wasn't mine. I don't know how long I lay there. Eventually, exhaustion and terror overwhelmed me and I passed out. When I woke, the apartment was quiet. The knife lay harmlessly on the floor. The intense, commanding voice of Vince was gone, replaced by a dull, persistent thrumming in my side. But the craving for violence, the knowledge of Vince's murder, the urge to seek retribution, it lingered like a dark stain on my consciousness. Rory hasn't called back. My life is a shell. I live in perpetual fear of what Vince might make me do next, what memory he'll force me to relive, what dark impulse he'll ignite. The kidney saved my life, but it damned my soul. It's always there, a ticking time bomb inside me, waiting for the right moment to take over again. I can feel him restless sometimes, a cold knot in my side. I just hope I can keep him dormant long enough to figure out what to do, before he wins.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.